Respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, great honor and pleasure to attend the conference at the invitation of the IWCS Organization Committee. It's a great pleasure to exchange my ideas with you and for the discussion. For China is a country with a renowned, time-honored civilization. We have years of history and cultural tradition. The great Chinese nation is not the creator of material wealth, rather it's creator of spiritual wealth. For the last 3 millennia, the hardworking and smart Chinese people of different ethnic groups developed the splendid culture of Chinese nation. As an important part of music, the folk instrument can be dating back to a long history. We have the one from the ancient times, and also we have the one imported from other areas. The instrument from exotic areas. For wood culture, uses their instrument as a carrier and passed down to different generations, one after another. So the texture and the vessel for the wood is perfectly expressed in the wood instrument. We can see the consciousness of wood. So the folk music instrument, we can have a better international communication in culture. In the following, I will share with you the briefing of Chinese folk instrument of music in China. We are the nation of folk music. And the folk music instrument is a symbol of the wealth and status in the old society, and also it's a valuable treasures for culture. Instrument is the carrier and the tools for expression of music. It's a vehicle for music. And through the musical instrument, we can get the insight of the social, cultural life, and also aesthetic interpretations. For the past several thousand years, the people of all ethnic groups in China created the blended, splendid, and wonderful instrument. According to certain literature, we have over 2,000 categories. However, 2,000 will not be enough for the categorization. For folk music, instrument will have the 3 categories. Number 1 is for the blowing. That's we call it the flute, the pipe, and the cannulation, and also sona, etc. Number 2 is the percussion. For example, the pipa, the different guitar, Chinese guitars, the sweet strings, etc. And also dongbla and the local folk instrument. And also number 3 is percussion. For example, for different wires, for the drums, the wood drums, and the different kind of drums. Then we have the string ones, or called Stradivarius, or stringed instrument. We call it the erhu, the 捧头琴, 金二胡, 中胡, and 高胡. These 4 categories are the instrument for music, for folk music. Chinese folk music instrument are applied with the application of wood for echoing. So it make use of the characteristics of wood for repercussion, and also they use the radiation effect of wood for percussion. The quality of the instruments rely on the selection of the wood, in particular for the percussion feature. So a high requirement for the wood to fabricate the instrument. In China, So for the selection of wood, the military national defense is the first, which is followed by the instrument. You can see the high requirement for the quality of wood. For the selection, we have to be looking for the combination of different features for the structure and for the processing and for other features properties. For example, we have to be thinking of the softness, the thickness, the elasticity, flexibility of the wood, and also be thinking of the different textures and conductivity of the wood. So before we can choose it as the instrument. So also there is other requirement to the wood as well. For example, usually we will choose the middle part we will choose only the middle part. For the bottom and for the upper part, we'll cut it off. So we have to be thinking of the two areas, the sun areas and the other areas for the wood. So for selection, we have high remark for the selection of wood. For the folk music, we usually will choose the different areas with pine and fir, among others. This will be the major selection for the selection, and maybe for the ebony and the cedars as well. And also we imported from South Africa, from Vietnam, from Burma and Africa, etc. Now, the production is like this. We developed from the backward manual processing method to the more advanced processing technologies. We have the full-fledged categories with this. There's a steady growth to the quality of the instrument, and also in terms of management, in terms of the other areas, has been more mature. So the supply system is in full place. So China has become the very important manufacturer of music instrument in the world. In China, for the manufacturing of folk music instrument, for each and every province we have the facilities. For Yangzhou city alone, it has 150 manufacturers for the musical instrument of different sizes, big and small. According to the statistics in 2011, for the instrument manufacturer of certain scale, the numbering 30s plus. For the production of different kinds of million, the annual output of 1 million instruments. The major manufacturers are concentrated in Beijing, Shanghai, Tianjin, Henan, Shandong, Hebei, Jiangsu, Guangdong, Hubei, Fujian, Liaoning, Inner Mongolia, etc. The Chinese people love our folk music, and for the strings ones, we have over 3 million people learning the one particular instrument. For wood culture, the culture extends to the instrument with a combination of music, dancing, and festival days and celebrations as well. In particular, we can see for the different musical instrument, we can see this particular instrument will be the best exemplar of the wood culture. Later, I will share with you the contribution of folk music to wood culture. I will share with you this one, the old pavilion. This is the intangible asset. In 2003, the Chinese instrument was listed as the non-intangible assets. It is put into the catalog for that. In 1997, NASA of the United States sent the Voyager 2 space shuttle. Wants to convey the information to other civilizations in the planet, in the universe. Among others, there is one particular disk of a platinum disk, which can been working for 1 billion years, accommodating 27 famous world episodes. Among the 27, the high mountains and the flowing stream, who is by Mr. Guan Pinghu, is one of 27 episodes. We call it the instrument. It had different names in the ancient times, called the 7-string instrument, and it can be dating back to early years. So we just call it old instrument. In terms of the charm, it comes from the music itself. So for it's a very valuable asset of the music. It's not only physical facilities, rather it has a delicate, profound theory behind it. But all leads back to the string instrument, in particular for the specific profile, material, manufacturing process, and also the vocal and performance effect. Here, we have different the idyllic legends. 3,000 years ago, Fuxi saw the phoenix on the scholar tree, very elegant nesting gesture. So he uses a scholar tree to make a string instrument. So we call it Fuxi style string instrument. It's 3 inches, and it means symbolizing 365 day per year. And also the width is 6, means the combination of 6 elements according to Chinese tradition. It has 13 tokens symbolizing the 12 months and 1 lean year for every 4 years. So one string instrument is just like a wonderful person. It has the head, has the forehead, has the neck, has the waist, just like a person. Therefore, at first sight, you will be appalled by the elegant and solemnly style of the string instrument. Once you get the further understanding of it, you know the story behind it. You will be appalled. It's an awesome instrument because you can see the yin and yang combination and also all elements within the universe. Everything is included in this small string instrument. So it's really a legend. For years and for different dynasties, all the string manufacturers, they pay attention to the selection of materials.
So they were quite selective in terms of the materials. It's quite strict. As the legend goes, in Han Dynasty, the writer Cai Yong went to Wu, and they saw they cooked with a kind of wood that is a candle nut wood, and he overheard the sound after the burning. He knew it's quite a good candle nut. He made it into an ancient musical instrument because it's already half burned. They have some traces of the burning, so we call it those kind of ancient instrument with a burned tail. In Tang Dynasty, we have the Guqing master, or the musical instrument master, Lei Wei. In the snowy, windy days, he would went to the forest to listen to the sound made by the wood in the wind, so that he could select the good quality materials. Usually, they would select the Chinese parasol, and for the face side, and for the baseboard, we'll use the counterpart wood, or pine, or fir, or willow, and etc. Anyway, the shoot has a long history, and we used the ancient wood so that it can give a very good voice or sound, so that it also carries the sense of history. And we will put the ancient musical instrument in different positions on the knees, and we'll play it by the right hand or left hand. When we'll sing a song, we'll burn some incense, and we will make a cup of tea. And in such kind of tranquil atmosphere, we will listen to the music. So it's a quite wonderful feeling for us, so that it also has a function for healthcare. In the ancient time, they also have the different art for the musical instrument or for the tea. They would take a shower before playing the ancient musical instrument. They will burn the incense before that. So it's quite good to purify our spirit. So it has also the function of healthcare. And also a lot of people are researching on the relationship between the guqin, the ancient musical instrument, and healthcare. Actually, sometimes even if we haven't heard the music and we were obsessed by it, they have different sizes and types. And we have 伏羲、宁姬、神龙、响泉、凤氏、连珠、钟离、列子、灵公、落霞、诗况、蕉叶, and etc. In the 1,000 years, when we have these guqin, we have created a lot of the wonderful stories. In the book of the songs, it wrote that for those elegant beauty, we want to play the guqin to befriend her. And also we have the story of befriend someday by playing these high mountain streams. So with this guqin, this ancient music instrument, we can witness the precious friendship in the world. We also have Feng Qiu Huang, Changmen Yuan, and etc. Those classic pieces. And Cai Wenji made this 胡家、十百拍, and Yuanji's 九狂. That is those kind of wild joy after the wine. It can air their views. So this role of the ancient musical instrument, that is a guqin, for the older culture, it is not only reflected in the texture, this kind of shape and structure. So we also have some indicators to judge the age of this wood. And also, it is reflected in the music, in the paintings, and in the stories of this guqin. And we have to admit that it's so important in reflecting our spirit, and it's quite reflective. And we have established in-depth theoretical system, and this musical instrument carries the richest cultural information, and it's a specialty musical instrument so that we can reflect the grandeur, nature, civilization, and the harmony of the Chinese nationality. When we date back to the history, and we want to listen to this kind of music, this kind of unique music, so that for each descendants of the dragon people, we can be obsessed by that. That's the sound, that's the music of guqin, this ancient musical instrument. And yesterday, maybe you already got this book. In that book, our association established the manufacture and research site in Fenghua. Mr. Zhu Wei made that guqin, and it's a pity that Mr. Zhu Wei was not present here. And for this guqin, and it's made under the guidance of Zhu Fangkun master. We used the silk wood. It's quite precious. And meanwhile, we also research on the making of guqing from the precious wood, so that it can reflect the wood culture, and it can reflect the texture on the advantages or features of the wood. So we are doing such kind of research, and so it's quite necessary for us to do such kind of work. And in a way, in terms of the wood culture, we can have a very important embodiment in our ancient musical instrument. And coming next, I'd like to touch upon a very important aspect. After going back to work, we want to have some takeaways to share with our colleagues. That's to say, how we can expand the wood culture, and in the musical instruments, how we can reflect in a scientific way, and how we can define in a scientific way the wood culture upon our ancient or the Chinese musical instrument. And for the selection of the materials for our musical instrument, we have something in common with you. We also have our unique characteristics and considerations. So we have to take into account about the drawing and also the cracking problems. This has been a challenge for us, and working to solve that. Up until now, we haven't found any ideal solutions for our timber or wood. So as the Chinese saying goes, the fathers would prepare the material, and the sons will make a guqing or ancient musical instrument. But maybe with scientific and technical support now, we do not need to wait for that long. But anyway, we need to dig a pit, and we need to dry it slowly, and it's not quite ideal. And we also have some good methods, but they also have some problems. So that's to say, after drawing, we also involve the collection recovery. So we have very strict temperature control and humidity control. So it involves those recovery or collection, and especially for the south, it also involves some humidity. And in the aforementioned tree categories and types, they have something in common. They also have unique features, so we need to do more research on that. That's from me. Thank you.